Almost any type of game can be played competitively. Sports games, racing games, even RPGs are starting to mix it up. But to draw arena-sized crowds, the games have got to be compelling.
No one wants to watch a game of Bejeweled played on a big screen with some guy saying, "Oh my God, he just broke a blue block. Look at that for the win." That's not exciting.
Fighting games are just rock, paper, scissors at light speed. It's I throw rock, you throw paper, you win. You know, it's action, reaction. So it's the engine fast enough? Is the frame rate consistent? Are the characters balanced?
My specialty is playing first-person shooters. That's what I've done. I view FPS gaming as the premier game to play on a computer, period.
He sees him, oh, and he dives down on the ground. Fiction blows himself up. Great move by Ballistics there.
Teams execute fakes, rotations, plays, just as you would see a football team do on a football field.
Does that make gamers true athletes? Maybe not yet in the US, but in Asia, it's a different story.
In Asia, Korea especially, yeah, it's a sport. It's a very technological society. They've all got broadband. They've got a lot going for them in that way. The competitive gaming scene, it's nuts. I mean, it's around an old StarCraft, which is an old game, and honestly, it's chess. But these guys come out and they've got silver jumpsuits, and there's smoke machines and cheerleaders. They've got their superstars and their arenas and their teams. They're also very much about the silver suits and the kind of spacemen duking it out.
The reason I think Korea emerged as the pro gaming powerhouse is that they found the one. And when I say the one, I'm talking about the game that everyone wanted to play. That game was StarCraft.
This is going to be it. This is the final battle. J9 attempting to surround him.
As soon as they put it on television, suddenly people were hooked and almost went out of control. We saw 3 gaming channels come that would just exclusively show StarCraft competitions 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. And StarCraft was the launching pad for Korea to start building professional gaming over there.
Over in Korea, gaming is really accepted as an entertainment medium alongside music and movies. You know, it's really not relegated to kind of this geek culture thing. You have StarCraft players that are actually treated as celebrities. They do endorsements just like Michael Jordan might for popular products over there. There's some players over there that make as much money as professional ball players might over here in some of our sports.
In Korea, gaming is a sport, for sure. And there's a respect for what the player is doing. They understand how much dedication and skill it takes for the players to play at that level. You can ask almost any adult in Korea and they know the name StarCraft.
It is truly a part of their culture. And I'm not joking when I say that a professional gamer in Korea is now of a higher status than a movie star.
But hold on a sec. Isn't the jury still out on whether gaming is truly a sport?
Is gaming a sport? I think most definitely. I've been a big advocate of showing gaming as a sport because these guys train just as hard as any athlete does. I mean, I train 8 hours a day working on every different angle and every different strategy. We gotta figure out and break down the game just like any other game and really just repetition of playing and playing and playing.
Let's check things out right here as we do have Annis in the red playing
Who I
the
am is
Undead.
pretty much the John Madden of video games. To me, it's a simple analogy. Do you really want to watch football with the mute on? You want to hear the commentators. You want to hear the fans. You want to hear what the players are yelling.
Once you understand the games, you can understand just how phenomenal they are. They are athletes, in my opinion. So yeah, I think it'll get there. It's not there yet, but we're on our way.
Typically, all the top pro gamers are previous athletes. They played a lot of sports growing up as a kid. All these guys are training like 8 hours a day. They're working out, trying to be physically fit. They have that stamina for the longer tournaments. You have to be physically fit to win. I've never seen a champion that's fat. Let's put it that way.
There's absolutely a combination of physical and mental capabilities in professional gaming. Sure, you don't have super muscular guys having to run around carrying a ball under their hands, but it takes a lot of work to be incredibly precise with a mouse and keyboard.
That means even I've got a shot, right?
The question of can anyone be a pro gamer is a great one because the immediate answer is sure. That's the dream. Anyone can have that dream now. If you're good enough, you'll work your way up. But to truly be a pro, you have to repeatedly prove that you are better than 98% of the people in the room. And the people in the room are 5,000 of the most hardcore gamers in the country and on the planet.
You can't just expect to play for an hour a day and come in and beat the top gamers. If you want to be the best, you better expect to practice 8, 10 hours a day. And that's what some of these guys that are going around the world getting paid thousands of dollars on a weekly basis, that's what they do. That is their job, to play video games.
Gaming is not considered a sport yet. I say yet, but 3 years ago, nobody thought that a league could exist. Nobody thought that you could put gaming on television, competitive gaming on television, and make it entertaining.
A lot of the successes in video games have been found through a sports model. It's the people who play the games that are really making them the professional titles.
Just like any sport, you have to have superstars. You have to have somebody that a kid can relate to. Now these guys are front cover of magazines, they're doing TV, they've got guaranteed contracts and sponsorships. I mean, in 3 years, we've accomplished what it took skating 25 years to do. We've got household names.
These success stories are the reason why people suddenly become fans of the sport and suddenly say, this is a guy that I want to follow, or this is a team that I've got something invested in. The same sort of thing that attracts millions of sports fans around the world. Gaming has that. People just got to know that it's there.
Voila! You have seen it with your own eyes. Gamers are getting paid to rip the world a new console. And yet, you're just sitting there. Come on, man. Drop out of school and go pro. You know what I'd give to go pro for like an hour? Not that I mind amateur hour.